sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn on my headphones. So the sound should be in place now. Can you hear me? No? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's see what are the problems you have. So there's a question from Svetlana. For some reason Discord is not showing me the questions you just you wrote me before you asked me. So let's see. Okay, let's start from there. So yeah, the first question from Liana. Not know. Okay, I think that's not the really some some serious problem. The server time zone value isn't recognized. Must not trigger. Okay, hope that's not the problem. Yeah, more specific. Okay, non-pointer exception seems that the connection is not established with the database. Okay, so it one says that there's a known database. Yeah, first of all, have you added this beginning Jdbc, call MySQL, and the double slash? So you should have the wall pattern here. Okay, and the Java database name is the correct one. Okay. One slash. There should be double slash. You should have two slashes here. Communication error. Okay. Okay. If okay, so if it's a non-database, but you do actually have this database here, right? Okay. So you have database and another text communication error. Can you try to type localhost here instead of this and keep two sources here? Maybe that's... You can just type localhost instead of in this way. I mean, just type localhost here in this way. Okay, okay. It's interesting. Maybe can you then just simply, in your case, remove this part and just keep the name of the database? Because at least according to the error, it seems that it considers localhost as the part of the name of the database. At least it comes from the exception. So basically, in your case, just simply try to access it this way. I mean, without the localhost address. Maybe that that's really interesting. So, but maybe try with double slash then. Yeah, try with double slash then. Try to go through with all the possible variants. Using the address, then using the local host. Communication error, but yeah, I think that try to use double slash and try to go through all possible options here. Okay, what else? What else? So, okay, for Thunder is solved. Yeah. This one that should work for everyone. Okay, that's solved, but yeah. Okay, that's solved, that's good. Okay, that's solved. Yeah, okay, yeah, so please try, cause okay, but yeah, I agree that that's maybe the tricky point. But okay, once it is done, then you can do the statement here, and yeah, again, as you noted during the last session, I will go in full screen, so it's easy for you to see here, and I hope that should be fine. So now we can type the statements, and basically that's the place where we can write the SQL query. So we'll have the result set. And just rs, then we'll execute the query from the statement. And here we need to hard code the query from the database. So we have table. In theory, basically we can even more. For example, we can simply select everything. As you can see, we already have the query here, so we can simply copy it from here. Yeah. So select everything from our test table and paste it here. And that would be it for this. And yeah, now we have the result set. So we will have all the entries returned here. Then we can go through these entries. So again, the type is result set. That's also it's also the collection. So let's see how it is declared. Okay, that goes from the wrapper. The wrapper is also something really similar to collections. So in this case, it's quite similar to collections. So here we can check if here we're going to go to the next one, and just simply print out all the lines from the table. So we can get each field separately. So first one we have the ID. We have ID. So the sequence doesn't matter in this case. We simply provide what we want to get, then go to the next line and to the next field. Then we have, so now we have the name, it's string. Now we can provide column name, we can provide the, it says here, you can also provide the index. Yeah, but we'll stick with the names, because that's what is used more on the practice. Then what else we have? We have surname. And we have city. We have the city. And that's a different method. Suppose we can overload it. And let's see what do we have here. And the result what shows the error. So we don't have any errors here. And as we can see, we managed to output, just a little correction here. And now we have all the entries from the database, yeah. So have ID. That's basically the way we can fetch the data from the database. We open Discord. Just a question. No, for Win it does not work. Oh, it's time zone. That's crazy. Time zone. Okay, that's. Let's check. Is there or between ID and names? There's some code, but that's just for the output, yeah. So Marit asks why, what to use between the IDs. It's just for the output. You can use whatever you want, yeah. It's just for display. For Win, yeah, that's a little bit interesting error. Let's check this. Yeah, seems that. It seems that this, yeah, that's the error for comes from Win. Seems that this is pretty common error. Let's check. Okay. So should be. No goodness. Okay. Let me check. There should be the setup. There should be setup for time zone somewhere here. Okay, maybe need to a little bit investigate. Okay, problem. Driver fault. Moment. Christine, please check if you wrote this part correctly. Should have column, not dot between Jdbc and MySQL. Please check this one. For server. There should be the setup for the time zone. Not checked it yet. Moment. Okay. Oh, okay. There's the console here. Here's the console. So maybe let's. I'm not sure if that will work, but. Okay, that's not the same console. Okay, maybe I will check it until next session. Why there's the problem with time, so okay, maybe with the last attempt from my side. Last attempt. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to the, try maybe this way, go to your exam, your exam folder, here. So when you go here, then you need to go to. Let's check. H2. Maybe I hope that's the right one. from here you can open it. So that's patch 2, C on and F. So here you can open the conf file. And here you can, I think you can provide the time zone here. You can provide the time zone. I think you can do it at the top, or maybe let me just share the link I'm currently looking at. So maybe try this one. Maybe this can help you. Yeah. So if I just share the link, so maybe try to edit this file. So just in case to not have any, to not make it worse, just maybe try to copy, backup it somewhere locally in your computer. And one more thing, it may be named as patch 2, not a patch 1 as it is written on the link. So yeah, maybe try this approach. Maybe that can help you. So yeah, but in general that's how it looks. In case you need to establish a connection to the database, you can use this approach. At the end, what else you can do? What else you can do here? You can execute basically any query. If you want to insert something, you can do it in the same way. Let's just use the scale here. Yeah, let's use the scale. So I will already have the query to be written. Yeah, so from here, so I just simply use the return from here. So let's just print the name. Okay, so I'm just using this pattern to not mistake something. Okay, so from here we can execute this query. Oh yeah, we are using escape characters here. Okay, let's test how it works. Let's test how it works. And as we can see, we just added another line, which should also appear. So I'll delete this page. Let's see. And yeah, as you can see, it just added another entry here. Like, if we want, we can add one more entry. So, yeah, and we can, so in this case, we add another entry. So now we have waters, okay, what it be. And as you can see, it should be updated here as well. So let's refresh it. So you can see we have one more entry. So yeah, that's basically the idea. You can execute every SQL query you want here. So very huge, very wide amount of options how you can use it. Yeah, so database. It's from my point of view, it's quite easy to use it. Just simply need to establish the connection to the database using APIs, and after that you can simply need to execute SQL query, and that will work for you. Yeah, that's about it. Let's move on with the presentation. Again, I will share the code with you after the session, so don't worry. But let's move on with the presentation. So yeah, just one more point. As you can see here, everything is just hard-coded the values in. If you want, you can. Let me just copy simple code here. Just do not spend time to also. For code writing, I just copy the input-output code from another place. Moment. So let me as you remember, we can have the buffer reader. So I just simply tap from the console the values to use. Moments. That's okay. Just this one. Then server. then let's see. Here's the question. Let's see. Okay, some mistyping. About the enter. Just utilities. Okay, I will check about the activity. Row 9 again. But yeah, okay, that we'll discuss. So yeah, so here we can tap from the values from the console, and what we can do. So just a simple approach. We can type this value here. So that's ID. Then we have the name. Sorry. Then we have the server, which needs to be named in so crazy way. So hope I have not messed up anything. Then inside this one. Okay, too many. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit confusing. Something that's the right one. Should have. And it's a city. Okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe not. Let's see. So here we can type the values also manually. So we have number ID 5 and the name is then city. Okay, yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, so here is the issue, and it says us that the error is, yeah, it seems that something is not response. Yeah, it seems that I have missed something. Okay, for ID it should be fine. For name it needs to be this way. Yeah, just we need to check if all the symbols are typed correctly. And for the name, okay, it seems that we must the symbol for the name. Yeah, because it should start with the brackets and finish. Or the brackets and have another one for surname. Yeah, this one is twice. Then we have city, start, and the call and calls. Yeah. Okay, let's check it now. All the brackets, all the escape characters need to be in place. No, yeah, to enter the values. and now everything is correct. Yeah, so don't worry, we'll use a little bit different approach here to enter the values manually. I just wanted to show that it is possible to construct the statement dynamically. So in case we have some complicated statements, or just statements which comes from different places, like if there's a web application or something like that, website, web application, if you have the place to type something and you want to request something from the database, I mean something which is needed to be fetched from the database, in this case dynamic SQL queries can be created. And maybe you can already notice here there's one very tricky issue which may occur if we type the values dynamically. So in theory, if we have some statements which are hard-coded this way, I mean not hard-coded but constructed this way, maybe not in this case, but if we create query using the variables, and the variables may come from different places, like the user just simply type something, it may have serious problems with the security. Because instead of ID, I may type something more complicated. Maybe not in this case, but in some cases using this these variables. I mean, if you use the variables inside the SQL query, it may result in some security issues, like you type more than it's required. Yeah. So if you have okay, maybe I'm not sure in this case, but in theory you can type the statement SQL query in the way that it, for example, it may fetch you some more fields, like in theory okay, maybe in more, I'm just trying to explain you. Like in place of the city, you just don't simply put the name of the city, but you close the previous SQL statement, then you start another statement, which is basically possible. Like if you call in city, so since this is the string, and the string has no restrictions, you may finish this statement, like you can simply type, okay, you may type city, then type something else, then close this statement and add another statement. Add another statement inside, and at the result you may have as much statements as you want. So in theory, that's not a good idea to allow someone to access the queries this way. We will see how it's possible to deal with this complication. So there are some different stories from history, like if maybe you have heard about such things like WordPress, because basically that's the place where the websites may be created. So they had the issue that I heard that they had the issue that they just, in their framework, they simply allowed to have such SQL statements using the variables inside. So some users use it to fetch some additional data from the database, and that's why they had some issues with this. But we'll see how we can deal with it. Do not allow to have such problems. Yeah, so that's about example of the code. Then, yeah, basically here there's a little description how the Jdbc driver is created, the instance of this driver is created. So before connection to database, yeah, it's necessary to load the driver, as I said. In this case, it's just a simple static class. We use method for name, and it loads the driver for us. Therefore, it is not needed to assign it to the variable, because simply need to load it in. Okay, there are some additional options here. Yeah, after Java database connectivity driver class is loaded, then the connection is established, as I said. Yeah, we have the object in our code we had in here as well, which established the connection. Then you provide the localhost, the address for the localhost. Yeah, one more option is that you need to provide the localhost, then the port number. And again, I think in this case it should be 3306, so in case you're still not able to establish the connection, I think that this is also the option you can try to do, okay? to try. And yeah, all other database management is done using return connection object, yeah, this one. And in some cases you may have the connection errors, and you can add the URL auto reconnect true, and okay, I think that's the time zone issue you had. So yeah, if you have the time zone issue, maybe try to add this one to your code. That maybe that's the solution. That's the solution about time zone. I just haven't noticed that there's the time zone as well. So maybe I try to type this one, and maybe that will help. You can put it. Okay, let me check just the exact place where you can put it. One moment. I think you can put it at the end here. Yeah, and that's. I mean, after the test, just yeah, try to put it there. Try to put it here, and check if it results in any improvements in attempting to connect to the database. Okay, then we are talking about the SQL statement. So as I said, using the statement object that allows you to select, to deal with data, to select, to insert, delete or modify the data from the database. And it is performed using this statement object. Yeah. And in Java, even the statement is the object. So yeah, that's how you can use it. Just show you. And since Java is strongly typed language, it has 3 methods with different names and return types. So yeah, you can have execute, which simply, as in this case, you don't return the parameter. You can return true or false if it's executed executed successfully or not. Yeah. If successful, then it will return it true. If not successfully, then false. Yeah. It's an update count or there are no results. So then the result set, which again as in this case it will execute, it will result you, it will return you the results that you got from the selection. Yeah, using the result set class, the object it will return you the object. Yeah, so thanks Vienna for the update. That's good that you managed to solve it. And also there is execute update, which will run count for inserted update or deleted records. Yeah, how many of them are updated. Okay, and for the select statement, as I said, there's the pretty much simple syntax here. In case you don't have any inner joins, left joins, outer joins, something like that. So if you simply need to select something from one database, so there's the select from. So there's the select keyword. Yeah. Then the column, you need to provide the column names or simply start to retrieve all the columns, then table name or even more tables. That's what we'll not talk about this complicated case if we have multiple tables. Then where condition, again where something equals something. You can order them, ascending or descending. Have some joining, but in simple way, it's just simple select columns from table, so you can use the condition. Right, then you tap execute query, and this one. Only now for this will return you the result. Yeah. So nothing special. Insert statement works in similar way. You can use just simple execute query or execute update. In this case, that will work in practically the same way if you have execute query or execute update. In addition, that will return you the number of the row numbers updated. Yeah. And the syntax is pretty simple. Insert into table, then we provide the columns and the values. Nothing really special. The update is basically everything is the same as for the insert. Just one addition. In insert you don't use where condition. For the update you need to you need to use where condition. Yeah. Because otherwise, just it doesn't understand which entries to be updated from the existing rows of the table. Yeah. So nothing delete from. Also an option. Maybe what's so simple. wait example here. Let's just comment it out. Okay, maybe let's keep the ID. Just even more, let's keep the ID. So then we call statements, execute update. Yeah. Here we can write a query. So see the week from table or condition. From test table, this one. Where ID equals and yeah, that's yeah, it should be done this way. And yeah, of course, let's select the query to see the result. Okay, I forgot to include the count, sorry. Just a moment. Contents. Let's run it again. To delete fourth entry. Let's see, the statement is correct. And we can see that it deleted us the fourth entry. The count is that shows that one entry is updated. Yeah, maybe if we create a new entry, maybe let's use this. Let's insert one more entry from here. Just want to show one more thing. Yeah, let's create maybe another person with the name Mars, for example. Okay, and city again, let's just have some city. Let's Riga. Wait, sorry. Let's insert. Okay, now we have the entry. And for example, we can the work condition name equals escape character. This one. At the end, and we can use excuse me. So yeah, we run. And we can see that it deleted all the entries where name is Mars and it returned the count 2. So it means that 2 entries are deleted from the table. So here are some statements we can use here. Okay, result handling. Oh yeah, so we already seen it. So which return more than one object are stored in the result set. Yeah. Has internal iterator, which can be used this way. Using next, we access the next entry. So we call it next entry. And if there's no any results, it returns false. Yeah. So here then we have while this is true. In case there are no results, it will simply return false. More to the first word. And there are different methods: get string, get integer, based on the field type. And of course, there, as I said, you can access the columns using their labels, using the names, or you can simply type the index of the column. So if there's the first name, if the first column, you can use 1, if the second column, you can use 2. So that's the idea, and maybe yeah, there's the break time. So let's have the break. After the break, we'll finish this one during next session. After the break, as usual, have the questions and answer time. Yeah, after the break. Let's make it 10 minutes. Oh. Okay, so let's move to the questions and answer session. So yeah, regarding kind of respectable data type is varchar. Yeah, varchar is, as I remember, that's the type used for, as I remember, 45 characters. So it's like a string, but with limited number of characters. So as I remember, there can be 45 characters. So that's for gender. Yeah, I think it should be enough. There should be enough characters to use for gender. Yeah. So it's fine. So yeah, we can use this string. Should be fine. Basically, string should be fine. Maybe for I think for all the data types, it's maybe fine to use. It should be fine to use string even for the Oops, sorry. Even for the integers, I think you can use string as well. Let's check. Oh yeah, counts. Let's see. This one is commented out. Okay, so let's matter. Yeah, as you can see, you can get integer as string, and that will work as well. So get string, I think it will work for everything. For every case, that should work. Okay, let's move to the questions. I see this morning that yeah, it was yesterday or this morning that this question was that one. Let's take a look on it. Yeah, what presentations are already sent to everyone. I'll task the first is about compare to. Okay, there are two issues when test this method from main and an opposite result. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's go to activity 09. So it's what one says she has opposite result. Okay, let's see compared to sorry. Compared to this string. Okay, that's integer. So if names are the same, then okay, if names are no, then no. Okay, if one of them is no, then no. Okay, if none of them are no, then need to compare name. Okay, if names are the same, if the names are the same, then we check if all the customers are no, then they're the same. If one of the customers, if the current customer is no, then it's always 0. If the customer from opposite one is no, then it's 1. Okay. Otherwise, we compare the okay, compare customer to another customer. Okay, if they both still are the same, then then check the count. If the count is basically for count, you can this small hint. You can simply skip this one, this option, and simply compare them using the comparison of less or greater. Yeah. So there's no need to have these cases. Just simply compare them using less or greater. Okay, that's also an option. If this count is greater, then it should be okay. It's not. And there's the statement seems not correct because in case, yeah, if the name is not, but if the name is already, if it's not, yeah, okay, that's fine. If it's not 0, else if it is 0, then we go to the customer name. Okay, that seems, and you say that you have the opposite result, yeah. Okay, let's debug and see how it is going for the code, yeah. Okay, let's debug. Okay, it's running. So, okay, here create the object. Okay, that's fine. Okay, you want to compare them. Okay, let's try to compare them. So let's put here. Then just small check before. So we have Anna, then Boxy. So we should. So my order. Okay, my order. So in case my order is greater, then it will result in a positive number. Otherwise, if his orders greater than it will result in a negative number. Okay, let's check. So this comparison should be fine because the names are the same. Oh, okay. So, okay, and we have customer name and the current name. Okay, so the Boxy. Okay, so sorry, I'm just confused a bit. Okay, so the name is box. Okay, fine. Yeah, I just missed it. Name is box and the customers on. Okay, hold that. That's how you expected it. Okay. And so from here, the name, okay, yeah, but the box is less than, the box is less than boxy, so it should return, that should return -1, yeah. So that should return -1. Yeah, my orders was, that's correct. So from this case, it's correct. My orders was than his order, because his order has larger name. So that's one is correct. So Tona. Okay, that's so when this main an opposite result and greater. So this is correct here. So yeah, from here there's or you have different issue from the issue for unit test. Okay, maybe let's just quickly check out. Maybe we'll okay, that won't be passed, but at least if we have any errors, we can see them. Okay, cannot pass unit test because customer comparison error. Expected. That was 17. Ah, okay, so maybe that's about the count. Okay, so yeah, for the order that seems correct for you. So I don't so for okay, there's one compare. Sure, let's see. Okay, item A, order A compared to person spec. Ah, okay, that was that error and person expected -1. That was 17. That's interesting. So we have. Both are equal than greater than 0. So we have again item name A, item A, item name A, then we have order error. Okay, then we have order error. Okay, so here we have A and here we have 0. So White is 17. Sorry. White is 17 now. Okay, let's check. So is this the same example? Okay, that's seems correct. Then we have that's the same. Not. Yeah, this one seems order array and okay, these are seem to be the same. Let's count as 0 as well. And here we, okay, here's different customer name. The customer name is -1. Okay. The last we have here. Okay, here's different name. Item name A, and here we have item name B. Okay. Item name -1. Okay. Then we have different counts. Okay. Here's an item name and order. So it should find us the count name. Count and count name is -1. So for this one, seems that everything is the temp custom. Okay, so this is the case, and then temp customer. So this is this customer, and customer is string, yes. Okay, so maybe just small hint there, maybe. Okay, we can add something like this. If customer less than 0, then customer equals -1, else if then customer is greater than 0, you can send so yeah, so I think that's just the design of unit test. Yeah, this is just a simple design of unit test, which maybe it's not correct, which is not maybe a little bit correct, but yeah, maybe just to escape this issue, maybe need to compare it this way. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Still, there are some problems with compare to. What else do we have? Still, Jesus. Okay, that's really strange. Okay, one more time. That seems very strange for me. Maybe there's some. There's one more place. Okay, let's check it one more time, because that seems that I missed something. Okay, let's go through it again. Okay, of course, examples immediately. Okay, let's leave. Okay, well, debugger. Maybe let's debug it via unit test. So let's catch the right iteration. Okay, seems that this is the one which triggers the issue for us. Or not, okay, let's double check. Okay, let's go to this case. And in this case, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, maybe this one. Item name is the same. Customer name is -1. Okay, so for customer name, it's fine here. It's -1. Okay. Okay, it's fine in this case. What about this? Okay, order name item B, okay. Template name -1. And we return -1. Okay, that seems correct. About this case, order a item. Okay. Yes. Okay. Still seems to be correct. About this case, order anything, okay. This is this strange case. Okay, then we change the value. Then customer, okay. Then we return it. Okay. let's move on to the next one. Here's okay, probably I got it. So here we also have the same as the template name, yeah. So we need to convert it for the template for the name as well, yeah. Okay, I agree that that's not your issues, but it's maybe the issue of the design of this unit test. Line 33. No, because this, if we have only one statement under if, else, or else if, then we can escape putting it into the brackets. Yeah. There's only one statement, so we can skip the brackets. We will have two or more, then we need to have the brackets. Yeah, okay, at least now we have the no error bus compared to. Yeah, okay, let's move on. We have a little time here, so let's continue submit passing. Okay, yeah, I think we managed to solve it. Data structures and orders. We try to use iterator next way. Okay, int current. Yeah, iterator order list. Iterator list of orders. Iterator while has next. Yes, and if it's possible because the map. Yes, it's impossible. And returns order, not int, as I need yeah, just yeah, there's a nice question from Svetlana. How to use current one, yeah? So it's just copy paste the full screen. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe let's. Yeah. Okay, so basically, how to change current one. In this case, it's pretty simple. If we iterate through the list, then so we have the current one. It usually starts with 0. Yeah. Or with I think was 1 or 0. We check it. And after that, when you iterate through the list, you need to increment it. Current equals current plus 1. If you call the method has next, yeah. So this is the way you change the current one. If you go through the list, that's the way you can you can change. And another question is about the one in order. So okay, let's see what you need to do here. To do one, create data structure, some kind of collection. Oh, okay, that's, or this is the second question. You know. So yeah, so I think that was the question, right? I mean about the current one. Was this the question you meant here? So if the question is about the current one, I hope I managed to answer it. Yeah, okay, so hope I managed to answer it. Yeah, no, the idea is that if you go through the list, yeah, here you ask us next, you go to the next one, then you increment the current, yeah. Actually, what's the idea of the current one? You have the collection of elements, element 1, element 2, and so on and so on, element last, yeah, for example, let's go this way. And you have the current one. So you have the collection, and the element current describes you which is the current element, not collection, but iterator describes you which is the current element of the collection. So you go, for example, you go through, you have some framework which goes through the, maybe let me write it this way, iterator, so we have iterator, unique again. So then we have the place which goes through the iterator, the iterator, and so here's the logic, blah blah blah. Then yeah, you go from yeah, you start with the first one. Yeah, iterator, like start, for example, yeah. And you start, in this case, current will be 1, yeah, or 0. Please check it. Then okay, I do some stuff with the current one. Then I ask to go next. Yeah. After that, the current will be the current plus. It became plus 1. So that's basically the idea. The current one basically describes you, if you have the iterator, the current describes you what is the current iteration. Yeah. Like if you have the collection, then using the current one you can simply understand which is the current one. Like in this case, and if you just simply have the loop, that's really simple. You can easily create your own iterator. But since the iterator is the object, so it can be passed to the different methods. Yeah, like if you have the framework, which where, so for example, you have the cycle. You go through something, then you do something. So it's easy, but imagine that inside the cycle, so you have the iterator, you go through all the elements of the collection, right? So that's basically, you need to go through all the elements from the collection, element 1, 2, and so on. And you have the cycle, yeah. So that can be 4 So that can be iterated while has next, and so on and so on. So you go through all the elements, and basically how do you process these elements? Like, you can imagine you have the method call inside the iterator. Yeah, you have some stuff to do, like in one current iteration, in the current iteration, and this can be a little bit complicated. Yeah, you have some really much stuff to do inside the iteration, and in this case, for example, imagine you need to provide this iterator to another method. Yeah, again, you have the iteration, start, end. Then you have the method call somewhere in the middle, at the beginning, at the end, doesn't really matter. And to this method, you need to pass the collection, the entire collection, and what you do, you pass the iterator. Yeah, you pass the iterator as the object to this to the method you call from the iteration. And inside this method, you may need to understand what's the current position of the iterator. Yeah. So to basically simply understand at which position we are, which element of the collection is currently processing. Yeah. So that's why the variable current is needed to basically understand. So again, since iterator, that's the object. So the variable current helps us to understand which is the current one. Like maybe a simple example, you have the table. Yeah, like imagine you have the table, you have row 1, row 2, and so on. Yeah. No, for example. And again, yeah. So basically you have the table, and imagine that the user can select the row from the table. And the table is, and from the technical point of view, the table may be considered as the collection, and which of course can be, you can iterate for the table. And once the user selects the entry, the system usually considers it as the current one. So user selects the entry, then the code is triggered, and you can understand which is the current selected row. Yeah. So that's basically one of the examples where the current one can be selected. It can be used. Okay, so basically, you see there are more questions. There's from okay, yeah, that's good at least. Mother fixed it. Okay, so there's one question from Zane, but unfortunately I think we won't be able to discuss it today. So for you, Zane, I will try to reply most likely tomorrow. Yeah, I'll try to reply to you tomorrow, but for others, thanks for your attention today. And okay, I will check it your question tomorrow, and I will, then maybe on Friday we'll discuss all together this one. Yeah. For today, thanks for your attention. See you on Friday. Bye.